July 18th, 2024, a year that'll live in history. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. Uh, yeah, I got a little bit of time before the Smart Connect session. Make that, make my brain work. 40 minutes. I got 40 minutes still. Um, and I got the last recording uploading to YouTube, so we're on a roll. Um, Yeah, I definitely, somebody needs to spend time with, well, I need to spend time with Uniswap because I'm on Coinbase, which gives me a limited number of tokens that I can buy and sell, exchange. But that's kind of good too for what I use it for, because you still got a danger of rug pulls, but but they're kind of, you might say they're vetted some. Um, So yeah, that takes the tens of thousands, the thousands of tokens you could buy and sell, and reduces them down to like 100. About 100 is what I keep an eye on. And then the next step after that is to get down to a dozen or so, which is where I'm at. But what Uniswap would do is open up tokens that typically you can't buy and sell. So anyhow, yeah, Helen imho.com. I probably really should update and work on that. I don't want to call it obsolete. Can something be out of date without being obsolete? It's out of date, and I should update it. Now it's kind of tricky with sites. I'm considering putting WordPress on it. I've installed hundreds of WordPress sites, but see, when you start up something, anything you start up, then it's about support and maintenance. If you don't do follow through and support it, it can be more work than you probably should be investing in it at the time. Um, if I have someone who wants to do an internship for being a webmaster or whatever, I certainly would task them with that. And if they run into problems, I can help them with that and stuff. Done a lot of it. Especially because WordPress is based on SQL. So you can go into the SQL server or the SQL databases and manipulate things and do things. Um, in fact, that's how I had over 150 WordPress sites at one time. Uh, I was exploring niches all over the place, and if I did, like say lawnmowers come to mind. If I was doing lawnmower affiliate sites, I wouldn't do just one, I'd do like a half a dozen of them. And so I could set up skeleton code and such that all I had to tweak was the specifics about that site, put in that site's domain name, that sort of thing. So it was a cloning process. I didn't write from scratch every single one. You learn, if you're a professional, you learn fairly early not to be doing that. You don't do things from scratch all the time. That would be a whole discussion that if somebody's naive or ignorant, they probably should care to know about. Anyhow, I don't want to do it because it'll take my time, and my time's too valuable, and I'm doing other stuff. I want to move forward, not backwards. But I am starting to do my outreach where I'm meeting people. And so, yeah, more and more, I should have someplace to point people to. Now, part of the problem of that website and why it's just basically a text file on there now is like hacking. I'm not paying them $200 a month to HostGator for them to monitor my site and do my security type stuff. My due diligence that a system administrator or certainly a web administrator or a webmaster would be responsible for. There's really nothing there they can take now. And if I detect that some hacker has come in and replaced files like happened to me before, um, I don't care much. No big deal. Um, but another problem why I don't just jump in is it possibly could be a contact point. That is to say, send me an email. Problem with that is if nobody else in the world, Russian hackers, you can tell because their domain name will typically end in RU for Russia. And you don't have to do anything. You'll get 30, 40 of these email things trying to, I don't know what they think they're trying to do, but you don't even have to be SEO or promoting your site or anything. In fact, you probably could even put in the spider thing that robot.txt that hey Google don't crawl this site. You're not supposed to crawl this site, but that's an honorary standard, and uh, I wouldn't put it past Google to go ahead and crawl your site anyhow. And I've got stories anyhow. Um, Thinking of potential comic book titles. Yikes. So where were we? Oh yeah, I was getting back to my outreach program. Um, because I'm reclusive, I don't typically meet people, and for whatever reason, people don't seem to come to me to talk to me. They indicate interest, they indicate like they're going to, but they don't follow through. So, oh well, I'm not going to reach out and grab them and try to force them to. I don't want anyone to do anything they don't want to do. But if you don't see this, if you don't see it, what I'm talking about, what I'm offering, well, if you did, you'd be here. We'd already be talking and working together. So, so the problem is you get spammed, basically. The malicious elements will spam you. And that kind of can be overwhelming as a systems administrator, whoever receives that data of here are all these people that wants your newsletter. There you go. Maybe I should start up a newsletter. There's many ways to go with these things. I could do a new newsletter. I should probably start a newsletter. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Because why not? You know, I say sign up for a newsletter and then not send it to them. See, then this is where we get back down on the data layer where some people are working. Uh, you really want someone or something to go in there and like clean out all that spammy stuff, right? Um, and that would be like a data analyst type task, I guess. Look at the data we can collect, the list of email addresses that want to subscribe to our newsletter, and and like I said, high grade it basically would be called high grading the data set. At least that's what I just called it. And of course, a lot of this stuff can be automated, but that's one of the ways I go about developing. there's two ways you can go with development. You can go what I call organic and grow the system from scratch or from skeleton code on up, or you can try to throw in the kitchen sink and everything else, cover everything the use case would need, and then start pulling stuff out until you get down to a good sweet spot of compromise and being able to work with things. That approach, typically you'd say, okay, you got everything there, but you know what? This is taking too long. We're not going to make our deadline. Let's put that in version 2.0. Oh, look at that. There's a showstopper that we just can't get past. We don't got time to figure it out now. Let's put it in version 2.0. That's how that stuff works. And it's limited too because you're not going to foresee everything. Um, Whereas the organic approach is more as you discover. Yeah, I think I favor that. Get I like with my C9H kiosk. I want to get it up and running, and I can start putting use cases in for it. But initially entertainment's good enough. We sell entertainment, so there's a lot of beauties about entertainment as an asset, and I could list off inspirations for me of millionaires, if not billionaires, that have made their money off of entertainment. And I like it again because it's another ability to spin straw into gold. And it's rather tends to be rather virtual.